Bold TV. Esther Nworgu is a 22-year-old female from Umodeka, Ukwa East in Abia State, with a career in para-sports, specifically para-powerlifting. Her motivation include her background and her disability. Esther identifies as a polio warrior and is a wheelchair user. She is a go-getter, and in her own words, she says, "I want to use my achievements in life to touch lives and to prove that there is a great ability in every disability." Esther has many achievements. Some of them include National Sports Festival Silver Medalist, Abuja 2018, National Sports Festival Silver Medalist, Edo 2020, National Sports Festival Gold Medalist, Delta 2022, Gold Medalist, World Para-Powerlifting Championship, Lagos 2019, Gold Medalist and World Junior Record Holder, Para-Powerlifting World Cup, Abuja 2020, Bronze Medalist, World Para-Powerlifting Championship, Tbilisi, Georgia 2021, Gold Medalist and African Junior Senior Record Holder, also the World Junior and Senior Record Holder from the World Para-Powerlifting Championship in Cairo 2022. Silver Medalist, Para-Powerlifting World Cup in Dubai 2023, Gold Medalist, Para-Powerlifting World Championship at Sharm El Sheikh 2023, Silver Medalist, Para-Powerlifting World Cup, Tbilisi 2024. Recently, she is a Paralympian, winning silver medalist, Para-Powerlifting at the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024. Esther Nworgu is a gospel singer, hairdresser, and disability advocate. She is the CEO of Voice from the Wheelchair, a non-governmental organization. We make welcome to Bold TV, powered by Bold Arts Initiative, Esther Nworgu.
Good morning, beautiful people out there. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's another beautiful Saturday morning, and we are here live to bring you another episode of Bold Stories. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, Bold Stories is a quarterly personality showcase powered by Bold TV. It's a program we bring to you every quarter where we spotlight and highlight the achievements of a woman with disabilities. A woman with disabilities who is doing amazing things in different fields of endeavor or in a particular field. So today we are here to spotlight another amazing and high-achieving woman with disability. And believe me when I tell you that she is no mean woman. She's not average. I am wowed, I am awed by her achievements in her particular field, and today we'll be bringing, those achievements to bear and also send a message out there that there's more to disability. So today I am going to be talking to Esther Nworgu. So Esther, you are welcome. Just listening to your bio is wow. I've been asking myself, now one person do all this one, but you are the evidence that it is possible. You're the evidence that it is possible. So today we are going to, share those accomplishments with our audience, our online audience. And like I said, for those who are just joining us, BOLD stands for Beautiful Outstanding Ladies with Disability. And today we do have an outstanding lady with disability. So Esther, let's jump in. Today it's all about you. You're on the hot seat today. So today you're going to tell us, you share the secrets with us, hot soap for us. So today we're going to talk about your journey. But before we go into, the achievements and all the, amazing things you're doing, let's have some, background. Let's have some background. Were you born with a disability? Was it something that happened along life's journey to you? And, let's just have some backstory briefly.
Okay. My story is a very different story altogether, not like other normal story of persons with disability. While growing up, when I was 8, I lost my legs, not for polio, not for accident. I wasn't sick. I just, in the broad daylight, I just lost my legs. That was how it happened.
Wow. So it wasn't something that, there was no particular incident that triggered it. Like you said, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't as a result of polio. It just happened.
Did not fall down either.
Wow. I can imagine the confusion and, how your parents must have felt, your caregivers, when they couldn't make sense of it. At least if there was something that happened, they would have been able to make sense of it. Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing. At the age of 8, that's quite young to go through such, a devastating experience. But here we are today. Let's look on the bright side. Here we are today. So, growing up, I'm sure I believe you had an opportunity where did you go to school? Did you have some form of education?
Yeah,
Okay.
Actually, I came into a very loving family, very acceptable family. That my mom was so, she was always there for me. Actually, my dad was experiencing eye defect before I became crippled. Sorry for using that word. So it was in the process of taking me around.
I think you said before you became disabled.
Okay, yes. Fine. So in the process of taking me around, and when they found out that it's journey impossible, like she's not going to work again, my father died in the process. He said, I cannot be blind and my daughter will be crippled. That kind of a thing. So he now left us. All the burdens were on my mom's shoulder. And like I said, I came from a very loving family. Growing up, and then my secondary school, my primary school, and education days, it was as smooth as very, very smooth. Not like other persons with disability. Stories I heard from other persons with disability. My family rejected me, this and that, but my family accepted me to an extent that when I wanted to write my WAEC, my junior WAEC, my immediate elder sister have to drop out for me to write my WAEC. My senior WAEC, our only son have to drop out for me to write my WAEC, which means I was welcomed. Like my disability was first welcomed before I was welcomed. So yeah, although it wasn't easy, but yes.
Okay. Well, that's refreshing to hear, because like you said, we hear stories of persons with disabilities who are, people are, their families are often rejected, families don't know what to do with them, society and, everybody around them, tends to look at them with confusion. They don't know what to do with them. But it's refreshing to hear a story of acceptance, knowing that you grew up in a safe space and, you were accepted. Your disability was not a barrier to your, having a loving relationship. That's refreshing to know. So now we're going to, move on to, the part that I'm really interested in. This is the part I know everybody wants to know. What has she done? What has she achieved? I've been hyping you since, so let's tell them. So first and foremost, I'm going to ask, how did you get into sports? Was it something you had always wanted to do, or was it something that like let's say something that happened to you in the course of your journey? How did you get into sports, and why sports?
Okay. Before I go to the question, I'll have to be brief. When my dad died, the load was too much on us, to an extent that you don't even have anybody to ask you, how are you doing? So I started hustling for money when I was very tender. So I started helping mommy, because mommy was, having sleepless nights, trying everything humanly possible to make us feel better. So at that point, there are things I tried, many things that I tried as a child. I never saw myself as a person with disability, though it was there. I never had anyone to tell me, this is what your problem is. This is where you belong, despite everything. So growing up then, I saw people struggling to make ends meet. I joined them. This year, 2013, was my first year of hearing that there is a society, or there is an organization for persons with disability. And then I was a typist. So in the office, my boss told me, someone came in for a service. After typing for him, he now asked me to go get something for him outside. I told him, I can't walk. he saw it as an insult. I never wanted to do it. So he started raising his voice. When my boss heard it and came out, he asked, what's going on? He explained. He said, no. She is telling you the reality. She can't walk. He said, she's here. She don't know where she belongs. So it was there and then that he told me, now talk, they bring talk. He now said, I have a sister and they're having their meeting on Friday in Umuahia. He called my boss and said, make sure you release her on Friday so that she will join her people. So that Friday, it was my boss that woke me up and said, are you ready? He was the one that gave me the money to transport to and fro to Umuahia. So when I get there, I saw a lot of beautiful people, with different kind of abilities. I saw the ones who their own are better of mine, and those who mine is also better of theirs. It was there that a woman introduces me to special sports. She asked me, do you know about special sports? Have you heard about special sports? I said, no. Now she had to pull me from the hall and then took me to the gym first and said, come and see this one if you can be able to do it. Come and see this one. She took me to 3 to 4, special different sports that day. So after everything, I have to choose that. That's what men they do, which is because I've always seen myself as someone who's going to make a difference in the future. So I needed to do something so special from what other people does.
Okay, so that's how you got into sports. Like you said, now talk, they bring talk. Many times persons with disabilities isolate and they forget that it's through interactions that, you discover opportunities. So now you've gotten into sports and you said you decided to go into powerlifting specifically because it wasn't a sport that was common, with women. You wanted something that was unique so that, you would stand out. So exactly. Now you from your profile, like I said, it's really amazing. All the medals you won, you have won a lot of medals, and you've been to the Olympics. That makes you a celebrity. Woo! Let's celebrate. You've been to the Olympics.
Paralympics.
Whatever you call it, though, it's under Olympics. All of them are Olympics. Okay. All right. Okay. You've been to the Paralympics. You are a multiple medalist Paralympian. So today we're going to tell us about how you got to the Olympics. What was that first experience like?
When I get into sports, I was lectured about so many things. I was told to, focus on international competitions. Though local competition, like national competitions are there. But my coach, the first time he saw me in the gym, he said, wow, this is our future Paralympian. So that sinks into my head. So when he sat me down, to advise me, he said, do not look at these people here. I want you to picture yourself being in the Paralympics in future. So, he now brought out the record, the world record, and showed me. He said, this person broke this kind of record. You yourself, you can also do it because she is a woman like you. So you yourself can also do it. So we started from step 1, step 2. So I wasn't, concentrating on beating, or maybe I have an opponent in Nigeria. I was training with the record, the world record. So if a national competition comes up and I go there and maybe challenge an opponent and then maybe take the gold, it's a plus to me. But all my target was international. Then 2021, as God may have it, I embarked on my first international competition. From there, that was qualification to the Paralympics, because it takes 4 years preparation to Paralympics. So all those from 2021, 2022, 2023, even this year, 2024, God has been blessing me with medals.
So just one word, how do you feel? The first Olympics, one word to describe how you felt when you saw yourself in that arena. One word, first Paralympics you attended.
It was like heaven to me.
Wow. I can imagine that. What I hear from you is the power of visualization. You didn't see yourself in the local space. Yes, you were operating in the local space, but you saw yourself on the global stage. So the power of visualization, the power of mentorship and motivation. You had someone who mentored you and helped you to see beyond where you were, your immediate environment.
Exactly.
He wasn't training you for the local scene. He was training you for the global stage. And he helped to create that picture in your mind. And you ran with it. You had a clear vision and you ran with it. That is what I hear. And that is so important, not just in sports, but in every area of life. Wow. Well done. Well done. Like you said, heaven. Well, when we japa, we will see how it is. So moving on to the next question, I'm going to ask you, just share with me, what has been one major reward of pursuing a career, in sports? What has been one major reward you've gotten?
When people think you're nobody.
What has been the greatest reward for you?
The greatest reward for me right now is being a champion.
Okay. Okay.
Being also a champion. A role model to many.
That's important. Being a champion and being a role model, because there's no how they say misery, they say a poor man has no friends, but a rich man has many friends. When you are up there, many people want to associate with you. When you're nobody wants, you have no one to gravitate towards. So value attracts, people. So when you are giving value and you're doing something that is, bringing value to others, you will definitely attract people. So being a role model, I'm sure there are many people that have come to you and like, I want to be like you. I want to do what you do. And you have, indirectly encouraged them. You may not have interacted with them, but indirectly you have encouraged them just by living your life to the fullest. Wow. That's wonderful to hear. So what have been some challenges? Because, it's easy to the way you say it sounds like it's very easy. Just go and lift something and you will win medal. What have been, just share like 2 major challenges you have faced as an athlete?
As an athlete, number one is
especially
rejection.
An athlete with a disability, as a para athlete. What has been?
Number one is discouragement.
Okay.
And number 2 is financial disability.
Wow. When you say discouragement, is that on the part of the authorities, the governments, individuals? Discouragement in what particular area?
Individuals.
Okay.
Both fellow athletes. And maybe coaches.
Okay. So discouragement in terms of they don't, they tell you can't do it, or, you shouldn't be there.
Right.
Okay.
Some of them will boldly walk up to you and tell you cannot make it in this game. So it's better you go back home and then look for something else to do. Anyways, when I joined them, I was very, very small. Like, I was very tiny. So when you look at me that time and talk about weightlifting, everybody will marvel.
Okay.
So someone just boldly and told me, you cannot do this. It's better you go back home before you die here.
Wow. So is that still the case now? Is that still the case now?
No,
okay, so now you've proven yourself and they can see that you can do it. Exactly. And I'm sure some of them are like, is it not this tiny girl that we thought was going to die here? Wow. You see? Don't let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. So, I'm going to ask, you've talked about finances. There was an episode of Gold TV it was like a sports episode where we talked to different athletes, and one of the major things they complained about was also the issue of finances, sponsorship, having the right sponsorship to be able to achieve even training, my equipment, facilities, there's a lot. And yet, funny enough, Paralympians are the ones that go there and bring back the medals. And yet investment in their training seems to be a struggle every time. Well, I hope someone out there will hear it and say, today, I'm going to sponsor these people. All right. So,
Amen.
Amen. So, moving on, I'm going to ask you now, what are your plans for the future? We've talked about, what you've done now and everything. What are your plans for the future?
My major plan for future when it comes to sports is to be the youngest coach in Nigeria.
Okay. So in the future, you're planning to go into coaching to bring up other, discover other talents and groom them.
Exactly.
Wow. The youngest coach. That's an aspiration. That's something worth aiming for. That's wonderful. So before we round up, because we're about to round up, I just want to ask, when you went, you won silver medal in the just concluded Olympics in Paris. So I'm just going to ask you, when you attended, you went for the event, was there ever a time where you thought, wow, the caliber of people I'm meeting here, can I really compete favorably? Am I going to, come out on top in this? Was there ever a time that thought crossed your mind?
Nope. Because in that game, I've already met all of them. We knew ourselves. Actually, I trained for a gold medal before injury sets in. So when it happened, because I was to compete on Wednesday, then I got injured on Monday. So I went there asking God to give me, even if it is bronze medal. I did not go there to win gold nor silver. I was just asking him, just give me, even if it is bronze medal. But as it may please him, he gave me silver medal to his glory and to my own blessing.
Maybe if he had asked for gold, he probably would have even got the gold. It's possible. It's possible. After all, you said it's God, so is there anything he can't do? So, and what's that arena like? Meeting people from different parts of the world. What's that like? Do you get to interact with each other? Train together? What's that like? Just share a bit of it with us.
Paralympics is like, will I say it's like we went back to Garden of Eden. Forget about the nakedness and everything. The joy, the happiness, the unity, the love was top notch. No segregation. There is nothing like racism. With your color, your hair texture, your eye color, your language, everybody was just one.
Wow, I can imagine. Being among people who know what it's like to be discriminated against. And so, everybody's like, I know where you're coming from. I've been there. And so they kind of like come together. And I can imagine, like you said, Garden of Eden, I'm sure in terms of facilities and, equipment, it's like, can we move this thing to Nigeria? Is there a way we can just package it and bring it?
I don't even know why I came back. I would have just brought Paris to Nigeria.
I can imagine. Wow, I can imagine. You're like, is there any way we can just remove this thing like this and just transport it down so that we'll continue like this when we come back?
Imagine you walking in the village, like you don't know where you started. You just saw yourself, you came back. Like no stress.
Don't worry, just be dreaming about it. One day we will get there. One day, by the grace of God, we will get there. All right, thank you so much. So finally, I'm going to ask you, what would you say to a woman with disability out there who is trying to move on, who is wondering, is there a place for me in the world? Can I become something? Can I become someone, that other people can look up to? What would you say to that woman?
I want to tell them this. Everybody is being given a gift. Be you able or living with disability, there is something that God inculcated in you, something so special that you need to find out. Find out who you are first. And living with disability is not easy, even out there where we think it's easy. Work with your talent, your gift. I told them everybody cannot be a sporter like me. There are things that you can also do to achieve and make names for yourself. If you fall down, do not remain on the floor. Stand. If you cannot grip even while you fall down, use your tummy. Just make sure you are moving. There are people who are blessed to make it at tender age, and there are people who are blessed to make it at old age. God has a way of escape and has a way of blessing for everybody. Believe in God. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you can do. Those little things you think you are doing that nobody is seeing you, one day you'll be recognized. One day someone will find you, and then we will hear your name and support you.
Wow, thank you. That was even me. I'm motivated. I heard keep moving. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But move. Don't stay in one place. And if in the process of moving you fall, don't stay on the floor. Get up and keep going. I don't think I need to add anything else to that, because anybody can apply that in their lives. Keep moving. There is no one that was born without a talent. No. Esther is not just a sportswoman. She is multi-talented. She types. She's into IT. She sings. She plays the guitar.
And
I don't even want to say it again because I'm beefing her right now.
And she's a hairdresser too.
She knows how to dress hair. So there's always something you can do. There's always something you can. Everybody is gifted. When they say gifted, it's not just a particular set of people. Everybody is gifted. God is not partial. Everybody was endowed with at least one gift. Find out what it is and see how you can use it. It wasn't meant for you. Your gift is for the world. See how you can use it to make impact and to be a blessing to others. So thank you so much, Esther. I want to say a big thank you to Esther Nworgu, our guest for today. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure interacting with you. And I will say that you are, a boon to the disability community. Knowing that people like you are out there representing the disability community, doing amazing things, it's really inspiring and refreshing. So I say thank you for joining us, and I hope that in the future we can always bring you back to share your wealth of experience with us. Thank you. And to our online audience, thank you very much. You're always there. Without you, we would just be wasting our time. Thank you for always tuning in, listening. You can do more for us by sharing our videos, liking it, commenting, like our Facebook page. Go to YouTube, subscribe. You can watch previous videos there. Subscribe to the channel, share the videos so that other people can learn. There's always something in it. It may not be for you, but someone else will benefit from it. So share far and wide. And if you want to partner with us, you're welcome to join us. Either as a guest, you can come on the program as a guest to share your experiences or knowledge. You can also contribute financially to help us, because we need to subscribe to stay online. You can also, help us, like I said, by sharing our videos far and wide. So thank you so much for being there. And until we come your way next week, Saturday, by 10:30 a.m. as usual, I'd like to say goodbye. And for my guest, Esther, say goodbye to the people. Tell the people goodbye.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, people. Have an amazing weekend.
This is Bold TV.